welcome everybody. Ranger Terry here with Ranger Dan. We're going to talk a little bit about coronavirus safety, and then we're going to talk about kayak and canoe safety. So we're glad to see you here. We're at the Adventure Dock at Charlestown Landing State Historic Site. We're going to talk a little bit about, for a couple of seconds here while we get everybody logged on. Hopefully everybody can hear me all right. We're trying to speak a little more loudly than I might normally. Got a little bit of a breeze down at the Adventure. Lovely day though. Had a little bit of rain starting out early. So now it's clearing up. We got some sun behind us, and we'll talk about how we go out and experience the park on a lovely day like today. We're going to talk real quick about what's going on with the Park Service. Today, March 25th, and tomorrow, Thursday, March 26th, we're going to be closed across the Park Service for day use facilities. Our campgrounds and cabins are still open, so if you've got reservations that are checking in today or tomorrow, you can still come out and check in. Hopefully you're doing all that stuff online to avoid contact and keep our social distancing, all that good stuff with the coronavirus. But we are closed today and tomorrow. We've had some reduced staffing levels at a lot of parks, so the people that are there, we're trying to keep them safe and give them a little bit of time to recover after a hard week of a lot of people visiting. Some of the parks even had record numbers for this time of year. So more like July 4th numbers coming to the park. So anyway, we're going to be closed for a couple of days, let everybody recover, and then we'll be back in on Friday. So we want to see you guys back out at the parks on Friday. Regular day use operations, no visitor centers, no programs, no nature centers, but our day use facilities, our trails, all that will be back online. Well, a quick message about making new reservations. We are not taking any new reservations up until now, until May 7th. So if you don't have reservations yet, you're going to have to wait till May 8th and beyond to make any future reservations. So we'll take that as we move forward with this whole coronavirus pandemic, and hopefully we'll be back into somewhat more normal operations after May 7th for reservations. Want to remind everybody that parks are a great place to come out and to have your social distancing. Here at the park at Charlestown Landing, we've seen lots of people out on the trails in the last week or so, just enjoying the beauty of the park, the spring at the park. The azaleas are all in bloom, so it's a beautiful place to come out and visit, to relax. I want to remind everybody that lots of different parks offer different types of beautiful natural splendor right now. We've got lots of birds migrating through from south to north. So there's lots of songbirds in the woods. We look forward to you guys coming out and enjoying that stuff. Either if you're bird watching, you got your binoculars, or if you just want to come out and listen, man. There's so much going on in nature right now. It being spring, new things are popping out every day. We got wildflowers blooming, we got trees blooming. Enjoy the dogwoods and the red buds and all that. So there's wonderful color in the woods. The yellow jessamines out, so lots of great color. Come out, enjoy it, social distance, get a little exercise, get out of your house, get some fresh air, some sunshine. Sunshine helps your body get vitamin D, which vitamin D is good for your immune system, so we want to strengthen your body against this whole thing. So come on out to the parks, and we want to see you out here, but we won't see you out here until Friday. Hopefully we're ready to go. We got some people logged on. We've been on for a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and get some other messages out. Parks are a great place to come out and picnic. You can still set up a picnic. Recommend that you bring your own blanket, set out in a nice open spot. We are doing our best to disinfect things, but I can't guarantee that all the picnic tables won't potentially be a place that you could pick something up. So please come out with a blanket, sit on the ground, enjoy nature. Support your local restaurants that are still open for carry out and stuff like that. These businesses are important. There's lots of restaurants around a lot of parks, so try to come out and support them. Get your pick your picnic up and come on out. All right, other things that you can do. If you're an Ultimate Outsider, you can be working on this year's 20 and 20 challenge. If you're not an Ultimate Outsider, you should be working on your Ultimate Outsider. It's an opportunity to come out and explore all 47 state parks. And if you're in the process of doing that, you should also be using the Goose Chase app. The Goose Chase app has another level of things that you can look for at the parks. Currently, I've got about 2/3 of them done, so I'm looking forward to exploring a little bit more myself. But I'm having fun. Again, that's the Goose Chase app. You can download it and then start exploring the parks in a deeper way. All right, quick note on boat rentals and bike rentals at parks. They are currently not renting boats or bikes for the indefinite future. As soon as all this stuff clears up a little bit, we can get back out and do a little bit better to ensure that everything is clean and clear. You'll be able to rent boats from us and bikes from us, but for now, into the foreseeable future, we are not renting boats and bikes. But we do encourage you to bring your own. Come out and use the trails, use the waterways, use our ponds and lakes. Get out and fish, get out and kayak or canoe. Just have fun and enjoy this fresh air and the beautiful spring. But you'll have to bring your own stuff to do that. So with all that said, I want to talk a little bit about boat safety, kayak safety, and then at the end of it, I'm going to do a demonstration on how to enter and exit a kayak from a floating dock. So that'll be my challenge at the end. But we're going to talk a little bit about my safety equipment. I lead programs with the State Park Service on waterways, especially the Edisto River, Gibbons Ferry, Colleton State Park, here at Charlestown Landing for the 350th anniversary special paddling series. But several other parks also have programs and guided boat experiences. Right now, all of our programs are off. We're going to try to social distance, and so as a service to the community, we're not doing programming right now, but we are looking forward to getting over this and starting back up so we can get people out there and we can lead them through our wonderful resources. But for now, you won't get a chance to explore it with us, but we do encourage you to explore it on your own. But when you do explore it with us, we'll show you some of the safety equipment that I carry and that I recommend that you do on your own as well. So we're going to start out with some simple stuff. A hat, nice wide brimmed hat, helps me keep from getting sunburned, but in addition to that, I always have sunblock with me on these things because the sun is intense out there. You get a double hit off the water, it shines back in your face, and we don't want you to get all burned up when you're out enjoying the parks. Protect your skin, use the sunblock, use the wide brim hat, and lost my sunglasses. And sunglasses if you have them. All right, waterproof bag. Ranger Dan's using my phone right now, but I usually put my phone in my waterproof bag so that if I happen to come across something really cool and I want to take a picture of it, it's protected, but it's also easily accessible. So it'll float, it'll keep the water out, but I've got quick access to my phone. If I see some cool bird or nature setting or something like that, I can take a picture and enjoy that. Dry clothes. So it started out earlier today. It was raining here at the park, and I was all ready to go with my technical rain gear. We'll talk a little bit about the 120 rule here in a second, but if you're out and about, springtime, a lot of waterways are still a little cool, so we got to worry about hypothermia. Even on a sunny day like this, you can still get hypothermia, so we want to be safe out there. Make sure that you're wearing layered clothing if it's cool. If you happen to be paddling alone, you definitely need some extra safety gear with you. If you get wet, you need to get in dry clothes quickly. So I also carry these things in my safety bag, got extra clothing in there for program participants in case something ever happens. I can get my program participants in dry gear as well. But I'm definitely going to have an extra layer for myself. I don't want to be out caught in the rain, get cooled off, nice breezy day like this, and get super chilled and then get hypothermic if I happen to be out for several hours. So want to be safe, stay as dry as you can, wear extra layers, have that equipment with you. And I know this looks like a lot of stuff to go in a boat, but it's important. And we can put it in the hatch, we can put it in the hold, and so there's a lot of room to carry stuff, but have it with you just in case. All right, water. Always want to have water with you. Don't want to dehydrate out there on the waterways. Want to make sure that you're staying safe. Quick social messaging. Fill your water at home if you're coming out to the park for day use stuff. Fill it at home so you don't have to handle public fountains and stuff like that. So bring plenty of water with you, but do that at home. One of the other things that I carry with me is a bilge pump in case I get water in my kayak and I need to drain it. I can drain it with my bilge pump. If it's raining, I might have to wear my skirt and put my skirt top over my kayak. So that'll keep excess water out. You can still kayak in the rain. Throw your rain gear on, throw your kayak skirt on, still go out and enjoy it. Stay dry, stay safe. Things that I carry in my emergency kit. Talk about these real quick. Dan, do we happen to have any questions from anybody out there? All right. So I got a tow rope just in case somebody gets overexerted and they can't go on. I can tie them up to my boat and we can tow them out of there if need be. Got my throw rope in case somebody ends up out of their boat and needs an emergency out of the water. I can use my throw rope to get them and pull them out of the water. Got some snacks. A lot of times you get out there and maybe you didn't have a big breakfast and you get a little tired. Probably need to have a little bit of food with you. Nothing heavy, but got a little food with me. Always have extra water, just for safety purposes. A couple of those in there in case somebody forgets their water. I've got water for them. I encourage everybody to bring their own water on my programs, but just in case somebody forgot, might have to do that. Got a cooling towel in case somebody gets overheated, dump that in the water. It falls down to almost nothing, but then if they get hot, overheated, I can cool them off with it. And a first aid kit, some basic supplies, some band-aids, electrical tape. Actually use electrical tape in there because it'll stick a little better in a wet environment when some other tapes won't. So I've got some electrical tape in there. Worst case scenario, a little Benadryl just in case you got a bee sting or something like that. So we got a full safety kit in here. Lots of stuff goes with me every time I'm out on the water. Other things that I bring with me to enjoy my time on the water, my binoculars, in case I want to see some birds or some wildlife while I'm out there. So a lot of things. One last thing that I always have with me, really recommend having an extra paddle with you. I'm going to use this one, I'm going to stow this one. Want to make sure that if somebody else happens to lose their paddle, if a paddle breaks, and it does happen periodically, that we got that taken care of. So I always have at least one for my whole group. If I had another ranger with me, I'm going to have them carry an extra one too. So always at least have one extra set. When I'm out alone, I carry my extra set with me because if I happen to break it or drop it and I can't get to it, I've got my safety backup with me. All right, that pretty much covers all my safety stuff. Oh, no it doesn't. So always make a float plan. Want to make sure that people know where you're going, whether you're alone or whether you're with a paddling buddy. Make sure somebody else besides the paddlers know where you're going, what time you're leaving, what time you're expecting to get back. what entry point, what exit point, all that stuff. Text it to a friend, write it, let a ranger know. If you're at a park, hey, I'm going to go out, I plan on being out for a couple hours, I'm going to go fishing, and we'll get back. I expect to be back around 2 o'clock. If I don't check in by 3 o'clock, can you come and look for me, check on me, make sure that I'm safe? So all that stuff is in a float plan, and make sure that somebody else knows all that information. Who's going, how many are with you, where are you putting in, where are you taking out, what time you put in, what time you expect to be out, and even a stopgap. Hey, if I'm not out and I haven't checked in by this time, that's when you need to be worried about me. All right, so that's a float plan. Make sure you always have a float plan no matter where you go out and who you go out with. All right, last thing we're going to do today on Facebook Live. Do we have any questions? All right, last thing we're going to do a skill called entry and exit from a floating dock. And there's a technique to this, and I'm going to walk through the technique. This is a time when it's kind of easy to flip your boat if you're not careful, if you don't use the right technique. So I'm going to show you the technique, and hopefully I'm going to stay high and dry. All right, so I got my boat in. I'm going to get it turned around here though. All right, so I have to turn my back to you for a second, but I'm going to try to keep it turned around so you can hear me and watch me. But I'm going to sit down and put my feet as far into the boat as possible. All right, I'm not going to stand up though. Right now, I'm just making sure the boat's there for me. I'll set my paddle close by. I'm going to turn on my belly. And now I'm going to start feeding my feet right down to the front of my boat, and I'm corkscrewing right into my seat. Got my paddle in hand, and I'm ready to go. Go out and enjoy a quick paddle. When I get back, I need to land again. We're just going to kind of reverse that. So I'm going to put my paddle up here. Going to put my hands up here. And just get my belly up on the dock. All right. Still got my boat with my feet. Going to spin around, put my bottom on the dock. I am now secure. I'm dry. I'm safe. Reach down, grab my boat, and exit high and dry, safe and sound. And we're going to sign off with that. So thank you all for tuning in to Facebook Live, South Carolina State Park Service. If you have questions, write in. We're going to stay in touch with you via the internet, via Facebook for the next couple of days. We hope to see you back in the parks on Friday. Thank you guys.